Trever Aeon. I'm gonna break my foot off in your ass.
Hello, hello. It has been a while since I last played because the latest expansion for Hearthstone dropped, Cataclysm, and so whenever that happens, I pause everything else on the channel and I make a series of achievement videos for the new achievements that drop in Hearthstone. So that's just kind of a periodic thing that happens on my channel. One of the things it means, though, is I need this refresher myself going into the journal and seeing what the updates are. So we got Githyanki Warrior. Kithrak Voss appeared at our campsite, and we agreed to meet him in Baldur's Gate, where he says he knows someone who can break the artifact's resident free. Punish the wicked, find the ledger. He who wants to bring justice to the victims of a murderer, but in order to do so, he needs a ledger belonging to the killer, and he believes it to be hidden somewhere in the Waning moon. Investigate the Selûnite resistance. I think we got some of these a little bit out of order, but the latest or most current information that we have is that the Masons Guild seems to have been the center of the Selûnite resistance in the area back when the worship of Shar was taking over Reithwin. So we should visit that if we care to learn more about that. And this is going back to Kithrak Voss. So then also more generally that we haven't made recent progress on is trying to find the Night Song. We actually have a mission. We actually technically have a mission from Zarel to go find and retrieve the Night Song. But of course we're doing that for our own purposes because we want to shut down Ketheric Thorm's invulnerability. So that's the main quest, and my plan for this session is to come back to Moonrise Towers and just start exploring our way up and seeing what we can find. It looks like I may have even unlocked this fast travel point. Yes, okay. Yeah, I think I did that specifically so that I could come right back here. So we find ourselves very close to the Waning Moon, which is a place that has at least one thing that we have been tasked with finding, so we will probably head off to the west first. And we'll sort of generally take a look around the outside of the building.
Don't mind if I do. Open up.
Oh. We found this wide open area, and we already went inside to get some chests, so let's just see what's over here. Songs for sailors, soldiers, and sirens. Trever is interested in songs. The Drunken Dwarf. Salty Dick the Sailor. I met him in the elf song. He had but one black eye, and there he slept until he wept and drained his vessel dry. He bolted to attention, I saluted him in kind. One lucky stroke, I shared a smoke and paid him no more mind. So, Trever can sing, I cannot, but that is not nearly as raunchy as I expected that it would be. The Drunken Dwarf, Love Requited. Alright, he'll check that stuff out later. What the hell is that? Level 6 Undead, Thisobald Thorm, Numb. Your puny attacks can't break through the numbness Thisobald field. He is immune to slashing, piercing, bludgeoning, and thunder damage. That is not good for our party. Gaseous Reflux, physical damage, has added to Thisobald's special brew, letting him use Roaring Belch, which is let out a colossal burp and possibly push nearby objects and creatures back 5 meters. 3d10 plus 4 thunder damage, strength save. There is more there. On a successful Constitution saving throw, target still takes half damage, but this says strength save. So maybe the strength save is for the push and the Constitution saving throw is for the damage, maybe. Legendary resistance. Yep, just immune to all 3 of those and thunder. Extra attack. Immune to control undead. Once per round, Thisobald Thorm can use his legendary action when his brew is changed by a foe's attack to make it overflow, dealing 3d6 damage of the corresponding damage type. The overflow also grants his allies a +2 bonus to strength, or grants their attacks an additional 1d6 damage of the corresponding damage type. Well, he doesn't appear to be hostile, so Trever will ask what it is he's serving.
Only the best. Oblivion and beyond. Go on. Cheers. Bottoms up. Go nuts.
Hells. The curse has twisted this man beyond measure.
Trever is not one to back down from a challenge. He picks up the tankard.
Leaning in, you can see how the creature's skin barely holds it together. The bulge of its belly is on the cusp of bursting wide open.
Near to bursting. The next few sips could be his last.
Go on, free. Make it drink. Be drunk. You and I both. To our good health.
Barbarian saving throw. Chug the beer. And nothing to add to it. Karlak approves.
The liquid burns your throat as you swallow, but otherwise you feel no ill effects.
Elixir. But such a small sip you take. Fear not. You will as I do. Now tell me the story. A fable, a saga.
I haven't played a bard before, so it's nice that what I bet this. Oh yeah, that's interesting. Advantage on the Constitution save for being a barbarian. Advantage on the performance check for being a bard. Trever goes with he explored a lost fortress buried deep in the Underdark's bowels.
Treasures in the dark, like the dusty anniversary bottle, forgotten in the widow's cellar. Delightful. Delicious. You ask, you drink, then you amaze, enthuse, astound me. Again!
Ask, huh? Trever asks who placed the curse on this land.
Father Ketherick created, Father Ketherick sustains. Bring it in, toss it down, lap it up.
Barbarian, again, drink!
Your belly rumbles as the vile brew fills it, yet your mind remains miraculously steady.
More stories. Tell me of foes fell, villains vanquished, beasts basted.
Trever recalls how he bested an Inquisitor, a dreaded champion of the Lich Queen Vlaakith. Good string of rolls here.
I'll drink to that. We drink to everything, but especially to that. Bravo! Ask, question, make your query, and drink once more.
Alright. Trever asks how the Thorms sustain the shadows.
The spirit of the land. More drink.
Trevor's down. Chug, chug, chug.
Each swig is as painful as the last, but you remain in otherwise sound mind and body.
I know you. I knew send. Ordered, commanded. Don't say it. Don't say it. Cage. Cage. Talking. Perish. Die. Buried. Buried in Thorm tomb. Father told me. I can't perish. No. Nay. Neither. Too strong. Too.
And inspiration from Karlach. And I didn't even have to use any inspiration in the encounter. And entertainer, a story you won't believe. 2 inspiration. I think I was actually down a few inspiration as well. I've got 4 now. I think I was down to 2 inspiration. So we are back to full on inspiration. That's good. But, Thisobald's not doing so well. Worn key. A bunch of drinks. And alchemy stuff. But also over here is the rat bat.
Accept my pleas. Due apology, madam.
What's that?
The rat bat is a +1 enhancement great club with rat catcher. Attack rolls against beasts have advantage. What is Karlach rocking for a bludgeoning weapon? Hammerhaft. Yeah, that's gonna beat out a great club. Trever will ship that off to Lae'zel just in case she needs a bludgeoning weapon and is somehow doing melee. Also, we noticed these loose planks. Madeline's Ledger. This book is redolent with the enticing smell of paper and ink. The words "for the attention of Dark Justiciar Natasha" are written across the top of every page. This is an excerpt from the last page. Morning, day 15. Zyman Nawak. Said Ketheric wouldn't hold onto Moonrise Towers for long at this rate. Evening, day 18. Imani and Takni claimed it was unfair that the Thorms had the cushiest jobs. Night, day 22. Mark Jacobs, Benjamin Blanchett, made jokes about the Thorms, especially Lord Ketheric, said he was a misery guts, a weeping nutsack, and discussed exactly how his wife would have liked it. I know what Mark and Ben said was just plain awful, Lady Natasha, but they're some of my best friends, and I've never heard such talk out of them. They were upset over their wages being cut, and were the drunkest I'd ever seen by midnight. I know it looks bad, but hand over heart, you've never met 2 gents more devoted to Our Lady, I swear it. A different, more elegant script appears beneath it. Our Lady of Loss would be proud of you, Madeline. Do not worry about Mark and Benjamin. Myself and your 2 gents are simply going to have a little chat, I promise. So basically, Madeline was a snitch, and Trever hates snitches.
Quickly.
Metal door back here.
And through.
But there's also
Do mess our pardon. Our master distiller spills quite the caused. Now settle your mind, chum, and get your shine on. Be will it what?
Trever remarks that, judging by the mess, he doubts there's much drink left.
Moon, mountain dark, coming right up. A man of proper taste.
Trever didn't order anything.
Chum yourself up and whisk the old luggy jug bug you. So be what?
So be what indeed, my friend. So be what indeed.
Right. Trever leaves that
Renovations. Please,
person alone.
clutter the party.
Maybe we'll get some proper music now. More for me.
Research notes.
Research notes. They describe a powerful venom extracted from a rare purple worm. Distiller Thisobald Thorm sought to create a fatal poison using the worm's gullet. He procured several parts of a worm gullet, but rinsed one in error. The poison he brewed was noxious, but not fatal. Thisobald devoted months to formulating a deadly poison with the remaining ingredients, without success. After exhaustive experimentation, he was able to make a near-deadly extract from the glands. But to complete his poison, Thisobald required one last ingredient, the petals of a corpse rose. The book's index reveals corpse roses may grow near tombs, mausoleums, and particularly redolent cadavers. Thisobald enlisted a courier from Baldur's Gate to obtain corpse rose petals and other ingredients and deliver them to a covert location. Unfortunately, a deep purple stain darkens the final page, obscuring the parcel's destination.
Oh, there's an investigation check. Trever focuses his eyes on the page and mentally separates the black ink from the purple stain.
Your mind separates the black from the blue, revealing the stash's location. You mark your map as a reminder. With the corpse rose petals the package contains, you might create Thisobald's purple worm poison.
Poison isn't really Trevor's style, but he likes knowing things.
Well. Should do.
I've got a long road ahead.
Icarus gloves. When the wearer deals acid damage, they also inflict noxious fumes upon the target. We don't really have anybody here who does acid damage with any real frequency, so we'll just send that to camp for now.
Light on my feet. Always room for more. Be wary. This place is trapped.
medium toughness and piercing resistance, so probably can't just shoot it. But bludgeoning vulnerability. So,
Alright, what now?
Trever will get himself some temporary hit points with some heroism. And go take care of that trap. In a particularly Trever way.
Another day, another fight.
Oh. The Punch-Drunk Bastard. This is a +1 enhancement bonus. Great club with Tippler's Rage. While you are drunk, you have advantage on attack rolls. You also create a blast with each attack, dealing 1 to 4 thunder damage for 3 meters. And of course, as a great club, it has tenacity. Or is that? That's usually a Maul thing, isn't it? This great club has tenacity. So that's an interesting weapon. But Trever doesn't use weapons, and it's certainly not going to knock the legendary Blood of Lathander out of Karlach's hand. So we'll just send that to Kent for now.
What's that?
The Waning Moon Consignments.
Huh, I'll give it a shot.
Deliveries. But the Mason had caught Thisobald's eyes, and we already know that the Mason was like the center of the Cellunite resistance. And Thisobald managed to coax out the Mason's allegiance to the Moon Maiden. But then he fell victim to his own truth serum and gave up a whole bunch of secrets and responded to that by stuffing her in a barrel. So he knew the Harpers were poking around, but he cut off the leak.
Something to ask.
The gore almost looks real. Superb. Encore.
Let's have a look.
Thorm here. He served us, but will be forgotten soon.
Ban list. The following ex-customers are unwelcome. Do not let them in, even should they beg, especially should they beg. Martin Dowdy, human? Chug and run. Adam Smith, lascivious behavior, also known as the Pickle Incident. Gerringothe Thorm, she knows what she did. Kevin Ort, tall dwarf, exceedingly boring. Sarah B, short half-elf, vomited on the waiter purposefully. Unknown elf, pale skin, snide mouth, referring to Master Distiller as the porcine publican. Rochelle Quark, halfling groin punching. Jan Von Don, suspected alias, grotesquely tall human, underpants on head. Doesn't take much to get banned from this pub, did it? The Big Book of Little Drinking Games. This book is full of cruel games designed to torment the citizens of a town that's been raided. Trever is no stranger to violence, but he doesn't engage in pointless cruelty.
Say hey for the The brewman's popped, the floors are spattered. Say hey for the pub. Drain your mug like nothing matters. Say hey for the pub.
They appear to have some awareness of their environment.
Halflings and gnomes order here.
Hey for the pub. Oh for the pub. We'll soon be stinking drunk.
The Raven popped in and said, "Ledger, return." We do plan to, but we're still in the middle of checking out the pub. Okay. Yeah, we did actually find something on the roof. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and loot the rest of the pub, and I will rejoin you probably out here. Alright, I'm more or less satisfied with the looting of the waiting mood, and now Trever mostly wants to go ahead and take that journal back to He Who Was so he can get on with punishing a snitch. But, and absolutely, we could just fast travel for this one, but it makes more sense, I think, to go straight through the Tollhouse, and the Tollhouse is area we haven't explored, so Trever and company will hit the Tollhouse on the way to He Who Was again, and then once we hit the other side, once we hit the bridge from here, we'll fast travel. And as before, we'll kind of take a pass around the outside of it first, just to get an idea of what we're looking at.
Anything of use?
We saw a flash of something over there. Gorilla.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Tread carefully. You are still necessary.
God, what's that smell? Sulfur? Bizarre.
Huh. Very curious. I don't believe Trever has met Gorilla yet, so he's mostly confused at what just happened there.
Crates and caravans. The town toll house, surely.
Money? Money?
Interestingly enough, in investigating the outside first, Trever has found that he was able to just completely skirt the toll house. So, given that, we'll go directly to He Who Was, and we'll come out and check the toll house in more detail after that. So from here, let's go ahead and fast travel.
Leave soon enough. No, not until we've dealt with Madeline. The air stirs in trepidation. You have the ledger.
Trever wants to know how he knows he's got the ledger.
The Raven always knows.
Alright, Trever hands it over.
We have it. Her lies, her guilt. Madeline reported her friends to a dark justiciar and fled when they were butchered. Well, she flees no more. I will be the conduit for Madeline's spirit. I will force her to face trial, and you will be the judge. Make her beg. Make her suffer.
Interestingly enough, it is more because the Dark Justiciars were the policing force in this scenario that Trever is so angry about it. So he goes with the barbarian option. Don't worry, he knows how to break people.
You break their bones, my friend. A curable malady. I need you to leave her very soul broken and useless. Witness.
He said I was gonna be punished. That you'd be the judge. But I didn't mean to hurt anyone.
Trever says, you didn't mean to kill your friends? How laughable.
I said it didn't mean nothing. That Ben and Mark were just drunk and whining. The Dark Justicia promised she was gonna chat with him. She promised!
Very definitively, Trever asks if it was just drunk complaining. Why did she snitch?
The Dark Justicia said to report everything, big or small. She ain't the type you say no to. She gave him a dagger each and told him to press it against their stomachs on the count of 3, to start stabbing and not stop till she said so. She never said stop. I'd do anything to take it back. Anything.
This is the perfect response for Trever. Barbarian persuasion, you could have fought back. You deserve no forgiveness, coward.
You're right. I'm a killer. A monster. I should have died instead.
Glorious. Look, my hand still shakes. You broke her most thoroughly. Well done.
Trever was more angry than elated about that, so he will say she was punished. That's all that matters.
If you are satisfied, then so am I. You have done well. Her pain and anguish were sublime. I will treasure it. Here, for your services. Should I find another murderer in need of torment, I shall call upon you. Farewell.
I'd say bye, but you'll be dead soon.
And for service, you actually do get the Raven gloves, which allow you to summon Quoth the Raven, along with some gold. Trever is currently wearing the Flawed Helldust gloves, and he's not gonna, like, replace those permanently, but he will summon Quoth. Basically, interesting. Quoth gets extra attack as a warlock.
Alright, what now?
That I didn't know. I looked this up, and it seems like Quoth can indeed benefit from the deepened Pact of the Chain to get an extra attack if you are a warlock. I think it's a bug that it showed up here. And just as a test, what happens if he puts his other gloves back on? Quoth does go away. Okay. But we can try that again next time we short rest. And we can play with having Quoth for a little while. In the meantime, May as well take what's left on Madeline's body. And for Shadowheart's use, may as well take Madeline. So from here, conveniently, there was a fast travel point right by the Tollhouse.
Moving ahead.
Hauliers and merchants wanted. Sail the silvery seas, gaze upon the gate. No experience required.
Inspector's memo.
Seems simple enough.
Basically, some merchant appears to keep trying to get past the toll house without paying the toll, and Gerringothe is not happy about it.
Maybe I need more pockets.
Now there's this entity over here. A visage of obedience, non-hostile.
Report to the tollmaster. Pay the toll.
Whatever that means. And then there's gold just laying on the ground.
It's all mine.
I want to have a word.
You should leave now. I should have left when I still could. Look at it. Look at it all. Mine. Mine! Look. Just look. And over. I did it.
Seized inventory.
Give it to me now!
Shadow Cursed Vines, medium toughness, piercing resistance.
Wanna dance?
It's all mine! I can't forget.
She can't quite reach medium toughness. And similarly to the last time, the 9 to 25 would suggest that Trever can, but the 1d fire doesn't really go into that for the purposes of overcoming the toughness. So actually, he won't be able to. We currently cannot simply break through the vines.
No traps, please.
Please understand, I couldn't fight. I couldn't risk losing all this.
If not over, then through.
The place is worth more than their lives. You'll find much of sentimental value among the confiscated goods. That is to say, junk.
They don't seem to care that I'm taking stuff, though. Please read. If you find the safe, I'm inside. Had to shut myself in to avoid the shadows. There's no gold if you're thinking of killing me for it. Gerringothe moved it all to her personal coffers. And I'm unarmed anyway. Just let me out when the shadows are gone. Well, that never happened, did it? And I'll find a way to repay you. I've only got 3 candles with me, so hurry. The combination to unlock the safe has been written in big, bold handwriting below.
The heavy door grinds open. The combination worked.
Somehow this supply pack is still intact. But the food that was left out has rotted.
The skeletal remains of the hopeful survivor still waiting to be rescued. A desperate refuge now, their everlasting tomb.
Can't wait to sell this rubbish.
Bet that will fit in my pack.
They gave me what they had. Should I have let them leave?
Trever asks what this floating skull is talking about.
So many. Too many. I opened them. Searched inside them.
That sounds like it could have proved fatal.
Yes. Many died. All for trying to pass.
An insight check. Interesting. But not really Trevor's bag. But maybe, Trever says, if you can tell right from wrong, maybe whatever this is can still be fixed. And we are at 4 inspiration.
Yes. Yes, yes, help me. Make me pay.
Functionally though, I don't know what that did. Now this is vulnerable to slashing at least, so... Trever does have a great sword he can use. Oh.
What do you bring?
This actually isn't even meant as a direct threat, but yeah, pain and death, usually, Trever says.
I require good.
Seems to Trever she's got enough.
No! 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 You must pay!
If he gives her gold, what does he get in return?
You can pass, but first you must pay.
He will toss a single gold piece. Trever asks, how much does she want exactly?
All that you have.
That's not happening. Trever says he doesn't hand out so much gold for so little in return.
You may pass the river, but first you must pay.
Trever says he's already paid.
Yes, again.
Trever is annoyed. He just says this ends now.
If you cannot pay, you cannot pass. Gold! Gold! Gold!
Yeah. Shadowheart will shield that. And Trever just got one-shotted by this thing. Cursed coins have gathered around the toll collector's head, chest, legs, and arms, increasing overall health. 607 health to get through. Sublimation. When she loses a piece of armor, Gerringothe can try to sublimate her foes, turning them to gold. Attempt to turn your enemies into solid gold. And I don't see a duration on that. Coin armor. Armored in enchanted coins, this creature is a clinking emblem of gold greed. Could there be a method of removing the armor without destroying the coins? Additional bonus action, just straight up. Immune to controlling the undead. So, Gerringothe is blinded at least. So the first thing Shadowheart will do is use a scroll of Revivify on Trever. Oh. And
My faith will protect me.
Sanctuary him.
Time to strike.
And that's a lot of hit points. So let's try to banish Gerringothe while we figure out what else to do. Okay, that worked. Perfect. Now these things... low hit points, and but Lae'zel is not rocking Bloodthirst today. So let's see if the skeletons can finish off that one. Turn to gold for 4 turns. Shadowheart, turn to gold for 4 turns. Skeleton, turn to gold for 4 turns. So we want to get away from Gerringothe, I guess. Can I just throw this out the window? I can throw it there. And push it. But it didn't take falling damage. Interesting. Well, it's over there now. Throw a hand axe at this one.
Help. I am fury. I am death. My path be true.
Let's move the other skeletons out of the area that can still move.
I am fury. I am death.
Oh, this one's already fired.
Victory awaits.
And yeah, let's go ahead and action surge for Lae'zel. Guess he'll come back on his own.
All right, Karlak. It's go time. Victory awaits.
Critical miss on both shots.
Never a dull moment.
Oh! I guess he was able to throw it off. He's still under Sanctuary? Yes. So... drink a decent sized potion. And... re-equip his shield. Why can't he equip his shield? Maybe he needs to drop this first. Okay. And move away from Gerringothe. And Gerringothe was at like 600 and something hit points and is now down to 307.
Wounds are too much to bear.
Shadowheart will go ahead and provoke a regular attack of opportunity. And then do Spirit Guardians. Just at 3rd level, but definitely the necrotic version. And everybody's taking a little bit of damage, so a mass healing word seems appropriate here. And Shadowheart will come up here to deal with this one.
Victory awaits.
Meanwhile, too dark, so let's send Karlach over.
Swift and lethal. No time to waste.
No movement to get down there. Oop. And not even really a line of sight to throw something, so I guess she will just pop off a shot at Gerringothe. Maybe even try to banish again.
Taste my fury.
There we go.
Now this is my happy place.
Now where are you going? Into this door?
Aye, aye.
So just wait there.
Nothing will stand in my way.
Drink another potion. Ah, he went up under the roof. Yeah, Shadowheart will take an opportunity attack. And will even touch of death. Shadowheart will try to finish this one off. And that was just a bonus action, so 80% chance to hit there, 55% chance for that. Alright, all that's left is Gerringothe herself, and she's banished.
Swift and lethal. What's this?
No choice but to keep going.
She's got 7 hit points left. Actually, what does she weigh right now? 150 kilograms. Still too heavy to... Still too heavy to throw.
Free from the curse. Now, perhaps she'll find peace.
Alright. It looks like Karlach actually leveled up, but everybody else is so close that I'm just going to wait and do it all at once. In the meantime, we have license to loot everything pretty much. Although, certainly going to do a short rest after all that. Trever Aeon died from... Basically what happened there was she has an ability that deals damage based on the amount of gold that you have. Trever had no way of knowing that, but he's carrying almost 4,000 gold. So yeah, he got one-shotted. There's not too much we could have done about that. But then, like, keeping her banished while we dealt with the visages, stripped her of her armor. And, yeah, it went about as well as it could. And now I am going to loot everything.
Hey-ho.
Starting with picking up the stuff we threw.
Never a dull moment.
And the great sword that he dropped.
Always room for more.
And Gerringothe has a key, has an unsigned trade visa. This can be different if you actually give her a bunch of gold. I think you have to give her all the gold you have on you, and it has to be at least 6,000, I believe. And then this can be a scroll that you can use to turn somebody into a statue of gold. But she has this Twist of Fortune, a +1 enhancement bonus Morning Star with Twist of Fortune. When you roll 2 or less with this weapon's damage die, re-roll it and take the new result. And also the weapon action Blood Money, so once per short rest you can strike out greedily, dealing an additional 3 damage per 300 gold that the target possesses. The gold will be consumed. Alright, so let me get the rest of this stuff and I will show you significant things that I come across. This opulent chest is vulnerable to damaging though, so Trever can just break it. Gloves of Battle Mage's Power. When you hit a target with a spell or cantrip that uses a weapon, you gain Arcane Acuity. Arcane Acuity, affected entity has +1 bonus to its spell attack rolls and spell difficulty class for each remaining turn. Reduce the duration by 2 for each time the entity takes damage. I think what's going to happen with this is it's going to go to Lae'zel. Because Lae'zel primarily uses a weapon, has a -2 to her intelligence from weakened intelligence, but the arcane acuity will affect the DCs of her arcane shot abilities. So this, I think, will be better for her than the Gloves of Archery for a static +2 damage. There's this standing safe here with a stuck safe door. And Trever has advantage because of the bull strength from his armor. I'll give a guidance for it. $514 gold in there. On the ground floor, there's this Thayan, Cormite, and Dale shipment trunks that are a little bit special. So we have a gate in the Thayan one.
All the way from Thay. Jewels and gems, probably. One still in there.
Nothing in the Cormite.
Silks from Cormier, it says. Empty, though.
And then some rotten cheese in the Dalish.
Cheese from the Dale lands. Or what's left of it.
So just a nifty little bit of flavor they put in. On the outside, on this corner of the building, there's this area that's set up like a little bit of a grill, and there's this dog collar pile right next to it.
Let's see what this does. Rascal, Gerringothe, all these collars belong to pets.
So you can make your own inferences there. Alright, so I've taken everything from the ground floor and the second floor and the immediate outside of the areas that we've been. It is time to start exploring the portions of the Tollhouse that we haven't really seen yet. And also, I want to remember to go ahead and play around with Quoth.
I've got a long road ahead.
So let's start with... Oh, I missed a skeleton. Let's start with heading up to the roof because we stepped up there to take care of some of these visages, but we didn't really look around it. Skeleton with a backpack up on the roof. Tollhouse Basement key. And a club +1. The Rumor of Reithwin. This is a poem that talks about the greatest treasures somewhere beneath the tomb of Thorm. So this looks like it probably refers to the Night Song, and we are already the Thorm Mausoleum is already on our radar. Oh, interesting. We could use that to get down.
That might be worth a look.
Collapsed floorboards in this area. So that's about the outline. Before we deal with that, check out this barrel. Nothing in it. And then It'll be a little bit damaging to jump down there, but Trever has Featherfall. And that puts us on the other side of these shadow cursed vines, so we won't need to destroy those after all. And yeah, let me go ahead and loot this little area. There is a heavy chest here. Medium toughness. Not vulnerable. So a job for Karlach.
Shouldn't be too hard.
$14. Let's go ahead and use a bardic inspiration too. Fireheart, Fervent Flames. Whenever you take fire damage dealt by another creature, you gain 2 turns of heat. And heat stacks up, and you take 1d4 damage each turn, but then you can use heat convergence. And it doesn't want to give me the tooltip for heat convergence, but generally speaking, heat is unfortunately just not a good mechanic. It does a little bit of extra damage per stack of heat that you have. And then this drop would also be painful, but Featherfall. And if you don't have access to Featherfall, you can just fast travel out of there. Okay, now that we've gathered everybody again, there is this locked door. But we have picked up some keys. Tollhouse Master's office key. Open that one up. Tollhouse ledger over there.
That might be worth a look.
This rotten floorboard is quite a large area, so let's go ahead and break it so we don't accidentally fall. But still want to check out this ledger. Just collected tolls and such. And then this chest over here. Iron Vine Shield. While the wearer is holding a weapon empowered with shillelagh, and when they are hit by a melee attack, the attacker takes 1 piercing damage. This does not really fit for anybody in our party, and even if it did, it feels a little underwhelming in my opinion. Alright, I'm gonna loot the rest of this little room. Alright, we will gather up the party once more. And Featherfall everybody. And jump down the hole. So this double door is blocked by a case. We can't even reach it to destroy it.
Eager for battle.
Maybe Lae'zel could with sharpshooter. Yes.
Is that blood?
So like,
no.
We can see back into the warehouse, but this is not movable or destructible. So There are a couple of chests in here. And there's a button here. Which provides a manner of egress at least. So.
On my way.
Alright, there's not much else in here, but I'm gonna take what I take real quick. Alright, so let's take a peek out here. And basically, like, we can come down here. And then this is an area we've been through before because we came this way on our way to Moonrise. So at least we sort of recognize the external area. But let's go ahead and jump down. I guess I missed that barrel earlier. And we're basically coming up this way to regroup because not everybody jumped into the floorboards with us. Alright, now that we have everybody grouped up again, let's check this heavy oak doors. We did pick up a basement key, so it seems likely that will let us in there.
What's in here? What's that?
We saw scratch marks, but it doesn't seem to have any
Something over
engagement for that. But a button opened up a secret passage, so let's just take a real quick look around here. No chests besides the one we already opened. Gerringothe's logbook. Not all was hunky-dory within the Thorm family. Gerringothe was not happy with Kethric's fear tactics, scaring away the merchants and reducing her intake of taxes. Here we have evidence that Gerringothe herself was the one who took the gold and silver chalices that she was accusing others of taking. Along with other trinkets. And a soul coin.
Oh, I could go for a good meal.
No one back home will ever believe this. Light on my feet.
Along with other artworks that were likely pilfered from merchants who came by, and some roots going down.
Anything of use?
Sleeping mats with skeletons on them. An indication that there was maybe some kind of slave labor going on. ultimately not a lot to find. I'm just gonna go ahead and loot the stuff that's down here and then meet you back outside. Alright, so I think the last thing that we're going to do for this video is follow up on the last lead we got from the Waning Moon, which is to check out this brewer's alchemical stash, which should have a shipment of alchemical items that Thisobald Thorm was using to brew a deadly poison.
That might be worth a look.
Guess we never really did come quite this way. But I'll take some free gold. And we can see there's a shadow cursed harper up there, and Trevor's not one for subtlety. He'll just go right up to it. And are they are resistant to necrotic, which Shadowheart doesn't have to care about. And the shadows are immune to necrotic, which Shadowheart does have to care about.
On my way.
Harper, Harper, 3 Harpers. 91% chance to hit with that, so... But can't hit that with it. So that's it.
Let's cook with fire, baby. Count on me.
And Karlach will use her bonus action dash to get over here and start taking out the shadows. And similarly, yeah, Lae'zel will start taking out shadows. Just take the shot.
I won't give in.
Now these, we won't be able to move or throw because they're incorporeal.
Time for some bloody work.
And skeletons will just go for the closest opponent. Oh, right. This is a Harper, so could actually be shield blowed. Harper, Harper, Harper. 3 over there. Toll the dead on them. This one's already hurt. And that one looks like it's got a bigger weapon.
Onward.
Yeah, she'll start working on the smallest one. That way she can take it out and suffer fewer attacks in turn.
Time to strike.
Meanwhile, there's still one shadow over here.
Taking position.
Lae'zel will focus on that. And at low hit points, and especially with disadvantage, she'll turn Sharpshooter off.
Still breathing, despite everything.
It's already blinded, but that just means that the Raven can get in there and do something and then leave.
Ready for another round?
I'll actually have Trever go first.
Well, so much for peace.
And begin by kicking this one.
Best be on my way.
And then throwing it into the radius of the light. And then having Lae'zel come around.
My path be true.
This one has more hit points left. And then maybe finish that one off.
That might be worth a look.
That might be worth a look.
Alright. We have leveling. Let me go ahead and loot the corpses real quick.
You see a man drain his tankard in an inn as he listens to a flaming fist play the lute. He's better than his uniform might suggest. An older man. You catch a glimpse of the lute playing flaming fist. It's the catatonic man you encountered in Last Light Inn.
There was a second part to that one, but it was on a delay. So let me hit this one again.
An older man turns his head away in shame. His neighbors would not renounce Saluna. Now they hang in the town square.
One day I'll catch a break. Wish I had a bag of holding.
That might be worth a look.
Cursed to put my hands on everything.
You feel a rush of outrage. This woman worshipped Shah to the end. So why does the Night Singer's curse not spare her?
And also we found these plaques on this structure.
Was that a click I heard? There's something about these plaques.
And this looks like a part of something. So Our Lady, something.
What was that?
So altogether it's Our Lady of Loss, Mistress of Pain, Thorm. Oh, when night falls, Thorm shall rise. And that unlocked an entrance over here, which we will go ahead and level up before we go in there. Now, this is Trevor's 9th level, and when I was originally discussing his level split, I noted that there's a level 10 Barbarian ability that he wants, which means he has 2 levels to play around with to go somewhere else. Level 9, I think, is the proper time to take his 2nd level in Bard. So, his hit points won't go up as much, but he'll get another spell slot, sure. But he'll get Jack of all trades. Your vast experiences make you more likely to succeed in any undertaking. Add half of your proficiency bonus rounded down to ability checks that you are not proficient in. And the reason I think level 9 is the proper place to take this is this ability goes from +1 to +2 to all of his untrained skills, because level 9, character level, is when your proficiency bonus goes from +3 to +4. So now, all of a sudden, Jack of all trades becomes much better. So 9th level, I think, is the best place to take the 2nd level of Bard for this build. He'll also get Song of Rest, which is just a free short rest for the party for the day. So 1 extra short rest for the party. And 1 other spell. I think I will go with Healing Word, just to give him just like a bonus action ability to sort of gas up his companions and give them a bit of a second wind. I think that makes some sense for him, and also gives him something to do with his spell slots and his bonus action that he doesn't otherwise have. But I don't think we have any reason to change our current spell selection. So this is the point at which Karlach will take her 3rd level of Rogue, and for the subclass, going for Thief, and the Fast Hands to gain an additional bonus action just in general. And the absolute main use of this is that now she'll be able to rage and still use a bonus action, perhaps to dash to get her temporary hit points, all in the first turn of combat. So that'll be a really good, that'll be just a really nice boost for the beginning of combat for her. Shadowheart's just going to keep going up as a cleric, so now she's level 8, which doesn't give her access to any new spells. But it put Cure Wounds in there, and let's put Spiritual Weapon in there. We haven't been making use of that, but it could help control the battlefield a little bit. And she gets a feat. Her wisdom is still 16 because she took alert for her first feat, so we're just going to go ability improvement wisdom for her. Finally, Lae'zel, single class fighter. She gets Indomitable. Whenever she fails a saving throw, she can roll again using the new result instead. I think that basically just uses her reaction. And we could replace one of her arcane shots, but I don't feel the need to. Alright, and Trever will, in fact, go ahead and use one of his healing words on himself just a little bit. And let's see what's through this entrance.
No curse in here. Wonder why.
Sharran Sanctuary. Statue of Shar, Statue of Shar, Statue of Shar, with these plaques.
Do you accept Shar's test of your intellect?
Trever doesn't really care much about Shar's test of intellect, but Shadowheart is right there, so he'll leave and let her deal with that.
Let's get on with it.
Do you accept Shar's test of your intellect?
Shadowheart, of course, absolutely does, so she will use the Cleric of Shar option. You are Shar's child. There is no reason to shy away. Nod in acceptance.
You feel a small pulse of energy race up your spine, and a strange sensation of acceptance.
And then there's 2 other statues with plaques on them. Shadowheart will just handle those herself.
Are you bold of heart and sharp of tongue? Can you turn any and all to the Dark Lady's cause?
And again, Cleric of Shar option. Nod. With Shar's words on your tongue and teachings in your heart, none can deny her.
Confidence surges through you. You feel like there is nothing you can't do, no one you can't win over. The statue seems to agree and approve.
And then one more plaque.
Do you think yourself wise enough to be granted Shar's blessing?
Cleric of Shar. Shadowheart bows her head modestly. If she is wise if Shar deems it so, ignorant if she deems so.
A warm swell rises through you. Acceptance. You are worthy.
Now, Shadowheart for doing this also got Dark Lady's erudition, grace, and awareness for +5 intelligence, +5 charisma, and +5 wisdom.
Unseen.
Oops.
Perfect.
Bringing her up to 19, 23, and 13 respectively. And these will last until long rest. So if you're trying to maximize the effect of this, Shadowheart can pass the test automatically like you've seen, but you might want to spread out the bonuses if possible. For instance, it might have been better mechanically for Trever himself to get the +5 charisma, and possibly for Lae'zel to get the +5 intelligence in my case. But they would have had to make saving throws and could have failed. But because I'm doing this as an immersive playthrough, once we saw that these were artifacts of Shar, Shadowheart just went ahead and did all three. And in particular, this is a very nice place to hit if you are playing as Origin Shadowheart. I would recommend coming here right after a long rest so that you can get the maximum use out of these buffs, and ideally even time it so that you can keep them throughout your final assault on Moonrise Towers and such. But for our purposes, what happened, and this opened up.
Lies before me.
A Ritual Dagger of Shar. So, it is a +1 enhancement dagger that just simply has +1d4 necrotic damage attached to it. That is not bad for a dagger. However, it's a ritual dagger, so clearly this is a Sharran thing. Trevor's going to let Shadowheart deal with that.
An altar to Shar. It appears to seek prey and a blood offering. Your blood.
Cleric of Shar, take up the dagger, recite Shar's wisdom, and offer blood from her arm. And when you do that, you get some nice little consumables gifted to you.
All's well that ends. Not as bad as it could have.
I'm ready.
No time to rest.
Alright. And I'm gonna go, like, there's not a lot else in here, but Trevor's gonna go around and snag what there is. Now, Trever comes very close to just taking the Ritual Dagger of Shar, but Shadowheart stops him. If she weren't here, he probably would. Assuming he even managed to open the secret room without her. Alright, so from here, want to go northwest just a little bit and then straight that way. So this way, more to the west than the north.
Reithwin House of Healing. Presiding surgeon, Malus Thorm.
So that is actually where we need to go to find out more about where Artkala went. So we will mark that as we continue on to the west.
Don't mind if I do.
Oh, that's just the entrance to the house. We're not trying to go there quite yet.
Some potions inside. Or a load of cursed scalpels flying at our faces.
We'll get there, but we're looking for something specific at the moment.
The psionic detector is sounding. Blacket's warriors are upon us.
Oh, really? So it wouldn't hurt to have Shovel do a little bit of invisible scouting in that case. There's some Shadow Cursed stuff over there, but that's not Githyanki warriors. Shovel says she doesn't see any Gith warriors, so we'll just try to be a little bit careful. But there is something over there. And Trevor's not one to shy away from a fight.
Need to find a way forward.
That shadow over there is the highest initiative. Shadowheart will begrudgingly use Radiant Spirit Guardians.
Make way.
Lae'zel will try to finish off this one that's splitting our initiatives. And very close, so she'll turn off Sharpshooter. Curving shot. That'll be worth an action surge to try to make sure this one dies. And then this person was wounded.
My turn.
So now Karlak can rage. and dash. And start working on this Shadow Cursed human. And that puts her in a position to sort of interpose herself a little bit between the others and Shadowheart. Closest enemy.
Still on my feet.
Trever will also rage. You'll throw the Mastiff into the Spirit Guardians. And he'll just go beat up the half-orc. No line of sight there, so I think it's kind of hilarious. Oh. Where did the extra attack go? Interesting. The extra attack disappearing here, I think, supports my theory that it was a bug for it to show up where it did. That was one of the Shadow Cursed, so yeah, Shield Blow will work. Do a Toll of the Dead on this Shadow Mastiff and this Shadow Cursed human. And then what she most wants to do, let's see if she can finish that one off. Oh, she knocked it out. Interesting. She'll just do the extra necrotic damage. And then she will use that. To get the Spirit Guardians over this Wraith here.
Time to strike.
And the others are going to pile onto the Wraith. Still over 50% shot with sharpshooter on, so
Heating up. What's it gonna take?
Now, he probably could actually finish off the Shadow Cursed Dwarf here. Well, okay. Let's kick this guy. That's something he couldn't do to the Wraith anyway. Just keep piling on the Wraith. Let's have Trever start.
Where do I go from here?
By kicking this person, which should finish her off. Alright, now there's nothing left to hit but the Wraith.
Concentrate. I am fury. I am death.
The Shadow Mastiff has actually been knocked out.
What's inside?
An entrance to a morgue, which is interesting, but not what we're looking for right now. We just wanted to clear these people out because they were close enough to where we were trying to look at. I didn't want to get ambushed. Alright, so right around here somewhere should be that hidden shipment. Record of shipment. This is it. T, sending you the requested ingredients as per your letter, including the purple worm glands. I am eager to see the result of your experiments. Please send me some samples when it's completed. I have a few clients who would be very interested in the toxic fruits of your labors, and we can presume that T refers to Thisobald Thorm. And, yep, there's the corpse roses. Alright, so let me just pick up whatever random, like, little crates and stuff are nearby. Alright, well, Shovel didn't see anything, but let's go check out this area to see if there really is a Githyanki patrol in the way.
Well, Wargas failed to kill you. I won't make the same mistake.
It appears there are. So, got some raiders and such. Let's have Trever Aeon go first. Can he throw people down there? Path is interrupted, huh? So now you're prone.
Good idea, I think.
And you're prone. And let's kick you over there.
I will ascend. Ready. On I go.
Only 55% chance to totally dead that person, but let's go for it. That one saved. And what was the... Whenever the wearer succeeds on a saving throw against the spell, they regain 1 to 4 hit points. So, Shadowheart will have to be a little bit more careful about that.
Gods, it's hot in here.
Karlach will rage again. And cunning action dash just to make sure she gets there.
Knees high.
And start wailing on Tska'an.
Victory awaits.
And let's try to blind Shirai. So 80% there. Saved. But I did hit, so... keep trying. Now Zunil is blinded.
Let's end this.
Not enough movement there. Skeleton's gonna do what skeletons do. And I think the Raven's gonna stay out of a Githyanki fight.
I will take the artifact for my queen.
Let's see. Lae'zel will start by trying to finish off this person, but do I even need Sharpshooter to do it? 9 to 16 damage, probably not. And let's go ahead and continue trying to blind Tska'an. Saved versus the blind.
Can't afford to let up.
Now Shadowheart will go for an actual 4th level Spirit Guardian. Try to shove this person away. Trever Aeon took a bunch of damage from something. Oh, from this person. Kick this person away again. Throw this person on the ground. Prone now. And yeah, beat him up. Get the temporary hit points back by dashing. And go over this way and maybe... Oh, I guess not too much else. And the skeletons will just keep going after closest target. But Quoth will fly in and try to blind it at least. Well, that didn't work. Karlach will certainly take an opportunity attack. Trever is stable? I think Trever is stable. I think Lae'zel will simply try to take out Chirai. And she'll just go ahead and provoke from this one. To get out of threatened range.
Can't give up, not now.
Let's actually have Karlach
put him up.
Finish off Chirai. Hopefully. Oh, I did not mean to push Shadowheart.
Need to stay focused.
Healing word. Second level healing word on Trever. And Toll the Dead on these two.
This is gonna feel good.
Nothing important is ever easy.
Trever will kick. And Shadowheart will, Karlach will jump in front of Trever just because he's low on hit points. And then the skeletons will just keep working on this guy. Alright, Lae'zel does actually need some help back here, so Shadowheart will toll the dead on you and you. Not enough movement to get there. See how much damage the... Actually,
blood comes easy.
Let's have Trever come help.
I'm ready.
Seems like a decent time for a mass healing word.
Survival is all that matters.
There we go.
You picked the wrong fight, friend.
Oh right, he uses reaction for ready to parry.
Time to strike.
So Lae'zel can just get here and hopefully just finish him off. And then start working as well over here. Oh, curve shot into the unconscious ones. Whoops.
Talk to me.
Some blood.
Meanwhile, yep, Shadowheart will just, she's not out of temporary hit points yet.
I've got it.
This guy Misty stepped in order to attack Trever.
Time to push my luck again.
Trevor's not gonna have that.
With haste.
Victory awaits.
Damn.
Let's finish this.
Fuck yes.
That would have been kind of funny if the skeletons finished them off. And Karlach's right there.
Ross was right. The Quanith alerted us to the hunters.
And Trever will... Trever will use his new Song of Restability to give a short rest to everybody. Hraknir Bracers, Quickened Mage Hand. You can cast Mage Hand as a bonus action, and also allows for telekinesis. Might go ahead and give that to Gale. Psionic Ward Armor, medium armor. If the item detects that the wearer is Gith, they have resistant to psychic damage. Whenever the wearer succeeds on a saving throw against a spell, they regain 1 to 4 hit points. Disadvantage on stealth checks. I don't think that's going to replace Lae'zel's armor.
Assume nothing.
No.
Looking ahead.
But cute. And then a regular Githyanki longsword. But royal orders. Do what has been asked of you. Stop the interlopers. Take back what is mine, else your punishment will be severe by order of your queen.
Let's have a look.
Oh wait, Lae'zel has something to say.
It is as we knew. My people have turned their blades against us. They will emerge from the shadows and descend from the skies, and we will grant them their only just fate. Death.
Agreed. And Trever will go ahead and put the flawed Helldusk gloves back on. Playing around with Quoth was cute, but that's not going to be a permanent thing.
How much farther can I go?
Oh. The ones we knocked out then got killed by the Shadow Curse and raised as Shadow Cursed Undead. Now, they are armorless and weaponless, so they won't present any kind of real challenge, I'm sure, but it's kind of funny.
Now this is my happy place.
Karlach will just double dash so she can get there.
Well, well. Look what we have here.
What should I do?
part is through.
No additional experience, I think, for that.
Another step forward.
But it's kind of an amusing little side effect of keeping non-lethal damage on in the Shadowlands.
Dark Justiciars, who fell long ago in service of Shar and Ketheric Thorm.
So we may as well take a look over there. There's a fast travel section.
Clustered fires and tents. The Absolute's army is camped here. Better not press my luck.
The countless distant silhouettes leave you no doubt. A veritable army swarms the path ahead.
We're hardly pushovers, but let's not pretend we can take on an entire army.
And yeah, Trever is proud, but he's not that much of a fool. We head back. So we're mostly okay. Trever could deal with a couple of potions, or even just the one for now, and we still have a short rest available. So we're not done with the adventuring day, but the next time
Reithwin House of Healing, presiding surgeon Malus Thorm.
the House of Healing. We will go there and see what we can't learn of Art Kalo's orders, and see if we can't find a way to bring him out of his stupor. Alright, see you next time. Have a good one.